For the first few months, the relationship was great and it moved really fast. I had fallen for him and he made me feel really special. But then slow remarks started to slip in about me quitting my job so he could stay at home and look after me, and about me staying in and not going out and seeing my friends because they don't like you anyway. He would say things like, "You don't need to see your mum today. I haven't seen mine in ages." I wish I'd seen it sooner, but he was trying to isolate me from my friends and family to make me feel completely reliant on him. I found out he'd lied about his career, and he told me of awful things he'd done in the past. I was growing increasingly fearful of him, and he'd started to lose his temper frequently, and I found myself walking on eggshells around him. I tried to break off the relationship at this point, but he begged me to give him another chance. But then, the cycle of abuse started again. He made me feel so reliant on him, and although he was the one who broke me, I felt he was the only one that could fix me too. When I finally plucked up the courage to ask him to leave, he faked a heart attack. So whilst he was in hospital, I packed up his stuff and left it with the nurses. He phoned me to pick him up, and I refused. I knew it was a mistake. After that, I asked to be put in a refuge, as I didn't feel safe in my own home. He turned up at my house, and I just didn't feel safe at home. A few weeks later, he contacted me again, and he was very charming. And once again, I fell into a relationship with him. I felt safer with him than I did apart. I thought I could stop him from drinking and calm him down. And when we were together, I wasn't constantly looking over my shoulder. Things hadn't changed though. So I tried to move house without him finding out, but he accessed my emails and found my new address. I thought that this could be a new beginning and that I'd finally feel safe in my own home. But when he texted me saying, "I hope you feel safe," I just felt sick. I ignored the text, but then he started messaging my younger daughter, and I just couldn't have that, so I drove straight to the police station. He was arrested and charged with breach of restraining order, but released with probation and a new restraining order covering my new address. I received a call of him threatening suicide, so I felt sorry for him and agreed to meet up with him. I realised within a minute of arriving what a mistake I had made again, but there was no escape. That night, I was violently attacked and raped. I honestly thought he was going to kill me. All I could think of was getting home to my girls. Eventually he let me go. It was the most harrowing night of my life and has left me suffering with PTSD. After that, I was a wreck. I wasn't able to concentrate at work, and I'd jump every time someone came near me. They supported me and helped me report the violent attack and rape to the police and helped me deal with the court process. I'd like to say that that was the start of things getting better, but unfortunately the stalking and harassing started again. I'd just started feeling able to meet up with friends for a drink, but he would walk up and down and outside the pub staring at me. He started turning up outside my daughter's school, walking past at home time when he knew I would be there picking her up. I was so scared when I saw him. I ran inside the school office once, but because the school wasn't listed on the restraining order, there wasn't much I could do. He would see me out and about and follow me, or turn up at school on numerous occasions. I continued to receive support from Fylde Coast Women's Aid and the National Stalking Helpline, but I became increasingly isolated and shut myself off at home. It was the only place that I felt safe. He continued to breach the restraining order and eventually he was sentenced to 20 months in prison. I still feel terrified and felt that my ordeal would only end if one of us were dead. Only in the past 18 months have I started to feel like I'm free, that he had already taken so much from me and not to let him take any more. And I realised she was right. I had gone from being confident, happy and bubbly to scared to leave the house. I saw a fitness programme advertised with Blackpool FC Community Trust. I knew that this could be the start to improving my mental health and rebuilding myself. I didn't know how life-changing that decision would be. I really enjoyed the programme and it helped me to get out of the house. I discovered a love for exercise, which is not something I thought I would ever say. I'm now 4 stone lighter and feel stronger than ever. I'm so happy, and the programme has done wonders for my mental health. I'm no longer suffering with PTSD or looking over my shoulder. I think if I were to see my ex now, he would be afraid of the strong, independent woman I have become, and he would feel some of the fear I have felt over the years. There were times I really didn't feel like I could keep going, but I'm so glad I did. If you're going through any kind of abuse, please seek help. There is support out there for everyone, and I promise things will get better. A couple of years ago, I didn't think I had a future, but now I know I do, and I'm excited for what the future holds for me.